This is now, and this is, you're obsessed with the selfie, but actually this is something that started for you when you were 15 years old, and you became very conscious of your body. Why was that?
Basically, when I was 15, my body had always gone up and down weight-wise. I'd always been like not very popular in school, picked on for being chubby and fat. And then when I was 15, I got really sick. I was eating like 4 or 5 meals a day, so I'd have all my lunches at school and then nip out to go and get chips and literally just be eating so much, unable to sit down, just completely on the go and just losing loads of weight. And then just before my GCSEs, I basically got taken ill with suspected meningitis. But it wasn't actually that at all, it was a thyroid disorder. So I had an overactive thyroid, which meant putting me on steroids because my heart rate was so fast. And steroids literally just made me balloon in weight, and I went up to a size 16.
Well, I mean, throughout your life, you had breast implants at 17, and then a second enlargement ruptured, the PIP implant still leaving bits of silicone, I think, in your armpits. Too dangerous to take it out. And you went under the knife, and you were thinking on the operating table about your children.
Yeah, when I had my first surgery, I didn't have any children. But when I came to have my second surgery, because they'd encapsulated, I had my daughter, Grace, and I remember going to the operating theatre thinking, God, you know, if I die, I've died in vanity, what will my daughter think? So you're obviously thinking that when you're on the operating table, having your breast implants sorted out. So obviously it leads us to the question, if you're injecting yourself every day with this human growth hormone, which is incredibly dangerous. It can be incredibly dangerous.
So aren't you thinking about your children then?
I mean, the media have obviously blown out huge stories yesterday. Mum of 3 injects Class C drugs. I don't smoke. I don't drink.
But you are a mum of 3.
I am a mum of 3, that's correct. I am injecting Class C drugs, that's correct. But my lifestyle is incredibly healthy. I eat so clean. I train 2 hours in the gym every single day. I don't drink alcohol. I don't smoke cigarettes.
So what is it?
So human growth hormone, so we all produce it naturally in the pituitary, which is part of our brain. And some people have deficiencies, which is why scientists have developed ways to produce synthetic human growth hormone to treat people who have deficiencies and therefore have health problems. But people like Jacqui have found other uses for it. It's not licensed for those uses. And one of the biggest problems with it is that actually it's being produced usually abroad. We don't know where it's coming from. We don't know what's in there. It could be contaminated. You don't know what strength it's going to be. The vials can vary. So that's one of the biggest dangers, is you actually don't know what you're injecting. What about the dangers to your health?
She said that, you know, she's very clean living. And you can worry about cancer and everything. But what are the specific dangers?
Yeah, and Jacqui's aware of some of the dangers. So it's called growth hormone for a reason. That's because it promotes growth of muscle, but also of every organ in the body except the brain. Now, one of the biggest dangers is it can actually promote growth of the heart muscle. And if the walls of the heart muscle become too big, it can cause a condition called cardiomyopathy, and that can actually lead to sudden death. So that's one of the big dangers.
So obviously this is all linked hand in hand, the feeling of body confidence and looking amazing now, and that's led to this extraordinary selfie regime. Driven, you say, but you still don't feel enormously confident about yourself.
I think this is something that comes across on the show. I think the idea is make me a perfect 10. What's perfection? I don't think I will ever get to the point where I'm completely happy. I guess, you know, people are saying, like, a lot of the media has been around my kids, you know, you've got a daughter. Yeah, I've got a daughter, and at least I can sit down with her and say, you know, if she comes to me, do you want to have a boob job? Yes, Mummy, I do. Well, actually, I don't think you should, because if I could go back, I would go back to 17 years old and I would never, ever, ever have my boobs done again, because I've had nothing but complications.
But don't they fuel each other, this constant selfie taking? I think you've taken 7 selfies already this morning. We've got 3 of them, which we've selected. But doesn't it, because you earn a living out of this, people send you stuff for in sort of reward for your selfies, and you're doing pretty well with as far as the followers are concerned. You've got 94,000 followers on Instagram, 100,000 on Snapchat, 101,000 on Twitter. So it provides a lifestyle for you, but isn't it all self-perpetuating?
It is. It is a vicious circle. I'm not going to sit here and deny it. It is, you know, it does become a numbers game. You know, I went through all sorts of, like, deep, dark moments in life, and, you know, you do get this following and people do say really nice things to you, and coming from, you know, a background where I've not had the, you know, the best of everything. I've come from a background of really working class parents. So to be able to provide a lifestyle for my children through this, I'm never going to knock that, and I'm never going to stop it until I have to. So, you know...
But you said to us, literally, you wouldn't give up this lifestyle unless it was a matter of life and death. But
yeah.
It kind of is, isn't it? That is what it is.
It can. I think, I mean, you know, with the growth hormone, there are people that inject up to 10 IUs a day. I inject 1 IU a day, which is such a small amount. I know there's obviously things where I don't necessarily know where it's coming from, what's in it. I'm aware of all that, but there are so many dangers in everyday life. I could walk out of this studio and get knocked down by a bus. That is the risk you take. And
but you're leading yourself into the risk doing what you're doing.
So, you know, you go on holiday, you lie in the sun. People lie in the sun with oil on just to get a tan. They're putting themselves at risk. It's because I've come out of the box and I've said, you know what, yeah, I inject a C-class drug.
And lots of people are doing it.
And that's the thing. And if you go to the gyms, that's the thing. But because a lot of people that are watching the show, you know, they're not necessarily in that whole gym zone. In the gym, it is so normal. There's probably hardly any people that aren't doing it. It doesn't make it right. I'm not saying it does, but it's more educating people. I'm not telling everyone, you know, every single mum, go out there, you know, you can get a body like this, having 3 kids by injecting this. I'm not saying that, but all I'm saying is it did help me get to where I've got to, but that doesn't mean I can jab myself and, well, hey, here's my body. I have to go work out ridiculously hard, 2 hours without
it.
Well, the rest of the story is Body Freaks Make Me Perfect. It's tonight at 10 on Channel 5 if you want the rest
Thank you very much. Thank you very much.
For more of the same, just click here, and don't forget you can subscribe for even more of these amazing videos exclusive to our channel.
But to go for your 13th, say, you've said to us that you're addicted to having babies.
Yeah, I'm literally addicted to having babies.
Can you not put that energy into looking after the ones that you've got?
And that energy does go into that, but I can't help feeling broody.